Hi, I'm George the Weather Dad, and it's time to talk about the winter storms that will be approaching the Midwest. And let me tell you, the first one is going to be going to have some impact, but the second and third one now, yes, there's now a third one that we're going to be talking about, will have major impacts throughout the eastern half of the country. But for this video, I'm going to focus more on the one that's going to be affecting the Midwest over the next 24 hours. So let's get to it. For Friday evening, the system itself is centered down around Louisiana. There could be some flooding rains there for you and potentially a little bit of severe weather, but there will be some snow in this area, 1 to 3 inches, Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, and portions of Illinois. Now, there's going to be a little bit of snow breaking out in Indiana itself, nothing heavy at this point in time. As we approach midnight, you see this area of snow starting to develop a little bit more, and we also see a lot of heavy rain, potentially severe weather down in the Tennessee Valley, Georgia, and heading down into the Gulf of Mexico. Now, if you like snow and you live in this area, well, this system is coming in at the right time. What I mean by that is temperatures during the day are hovering right around normal. Right here in the Ohio Valley, it'd be right around 40 degrees. So if this system came in during the day, it's going to be all rain. But because it's coming in during the nighttime hours, temperatures drop closer to that freezing mark, and so we're going to have a chance for some accumulating snow in this area. Now, as we work away during the early morning hours of Saturday morning here, you see rain still in Kentucky. You see a pocket of some heavier snow there in southern Indiana, maybe right around Columbus, Indianapolis. You could be looking at some accumulating snow at that point in time, and that would be working its way into the Cincinnati area. And also there's some light snow in Ohio as well. But you see again, the very dynamic aspect of the storm is down into the Tennessee Valley, down into the Gulf Coast, where again we could be looking at some flooding rains. 3 hours later, right around 7 a.m. in the morning, 6 a.m. in the morning on Saturday morning, you see this model produces a band of some heavier snow in northern Kentucky, southern Ohio, and southern Indiana. I think there could be somewhere 2 to 4 inches of snow for some of us in this area. Where exactly is that going to set up? I'm not sure yet, but nevertheless, somebody in this area could see 2 to 4 inches of snow. It could be as far north as Dayton, Ohio, could be as far south as Lexington, but you can see that little pocket. Now, it's going to be moving quickly out, so when it hits, it's going to hit fast and then move out, because by Saturday morning, most of the heavy activity moves into West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and it will continue moving east as the day progresses. This is for Saturday night. You can see here Ohio and in the Ohio Valley we dry out nicely, but in Pennsylvania, New York, and Massachusetts, Connecticut, you're in for a pretty good snowstorm and some very high winds for Saturday night and on into Sunday morning. So once again, this is a dynamic situation. There will be some snow around. Some of you, if you want snow, hopefully keep your fingers crossed, you'll get some accumulating snow. Now, as far as the storm for next week on Monday and Tuesday, I'm going to hold off and talk a little bit more about that later on tonight or tomorrow morning, because the models are showing two different scenarios. One is keeping most of the Midwest, Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, and all Tennessee into heavy, heavy rain, which most of us will have. But another model is also producing a lot of snow for those of you in central Illinois, central Indiana, Indianapolis, for instance, for the day on Tuesday. So I want to get a little better handle on it before I give you a little bit more specifics on that storm system. But the third storm system for next weekend, 7 days from now, that's the one that could produce a lot more snow and give us the coldest air of the year. We could be looking at an Arctic blast with high temperatures staying below freezing. But that's still 7 days away, and I'll keep you updated as we get a little bit closer to next weekend. But until then, I'm George, the Weather Dad.